Den. Been outside putting the moves together, man. We got the flavors slushy taco truck, hot dogs, beef tacos, um, chicken tacos. We starting the chicken and beef nachos. We starting the rice bowls. You top it off with the chicken, or you top it off with the beef. That's on the way, in the making. Right here in Raleigh, NC. We're gonna start doing deliveries in a minute. Wait for my bro Shaka to get his car on the road. We getting ready to get it popping. But so far so good, man. Wait for a few people to come through. Make sure y'all share. Hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that notification so y'all know when I'm up here. And all my new people, man, that's coming through, salute, appreciate the love. Make sure y'all subscribe. My channel is growing every day. I do things authentically. I don't like to be a copycat, but I like to give people that I see that's been in this game for a while, give them their props. Major, what up? I appreciate that. I like to give, the GOATs of this game that's been doing it for years and years, they props. If I see something that I like that they talk about, I'll, come and chime in. No disrespect to them. I watch a lot of cats out here. I got a lot of respect for a lot of y'all dudes out here. And I'm the type, I really don't have no disrespect for nobody. I like to see people being go-getters and making things happen or try to make it happen. That's a fact, Major. Definitely not a hater. I'm a congratulator, and I want to see people win. That's how we win together. I see another person win, congratulate them. Never know, they might got an opportunity and say, damn, man, I done help Mike, I done help Susie. I think that kid Boosie might need some help. Or I help Mike, Susie, my brother Boosie might need some help. That's just how it goes, man. And that's the cloth that I came from. I come from that cloth. Well, I learned from my mother first. It started in the household. Her and my father always helping people. So I ain't got no choice, but it's in my blood. But I like to congratulate all the big dogs that's doing it big out here, man. For real, for real. A lot of them, I don't agree with a lot of stuff they say, but that's on them. But they still do their thing. They do their numbers. And I'm on my business. If I see something that I could pull a person's coat, I'm going to pull your coat. And let you know, nah, that ain't how it go. Because I've been outside for a long time. Still be outside. And I've been in them trenches. I've been in them Harlem streets when it was all sharks outside. And I swam in the middle of all them sharks all day long, ran with a bunch of them sharks. Had to put a lot of them sharks in their place and let them know don't do this and don't do that. Or if you my boy, I agree with you, but behind closed doors, I'm going to let you know that ain't right. But I'm still roll with my boy. With that being said, that's what this segment is about. It's about, being tight-knit. And when you tight-knit, nothing can never come between it. That's a fact. And Major, that's a fact. Wrong or right, I'm with my boy. And I'm going to tell him, yo, you out of line, this and that. I'm going to talk to him. If he say nah, then you right, I'm going to chill. Then we chill. But if he be like, nah, I'm still ain't feeling that, and I'm going, man. Whether you come or not, I gotta go. Just depends on the segment of the situation, rather. Do I want my life in jeopardy with it? And then I'll have to be honest with him and say, yo, I ain't feeling what you saying. I love you to death. I go with you anywhere when you right. This situation right here, I'm not going with you on this mission because it's definitely not right. And it takes away from everything that I stand for. And I don't advise you to do it because it's, it really doesn't, it doesn't mean nothing, and it might bring you something that could really be avoided and still keep your dignity out here. Been through it, did that, and got time to do it. That's a fact. That's a fact, Major. So, with that being said, y'all, everybody know Jim Jones started off with his podcast interview, and you know, he expressed a lot of things that was on his mind mentally, and you know, according to him, physically, things have happened throughout his career and before his career with, at the time, his brother Camron. I listened to the interview, and you know, this is a tough one for me. It's a tough one because I got respect for both of them brothers. Camron, I met Camron. I was listening to Camron music when he first started rapping, you know, throughout the mixtapes and all that. And I never knew who he was until these mixtapes was dropping. McGruff, that's my brother. I knew Gruff from childhood. I didn't even know McGruff knew how to rap until I went and did my bid and come home and started seeing McGruff on, you know, things with Monifa. I think it was the I Miss You joint. McGruff was on there. And he signed with Heavy D. And, you know, I didn't even know Big L. I met Big L through McGruff. And I came home in, what, 99? No, excuse me. I came home in 95. Came home, started getting my stuff together, making moves from New York. Well, I was locked up in Maryland, had my parole moved to North Carolina because my mom's moved back to North Carolina. And I was back and forth from New York to North Carolina, getting my stuff together and all that. Long story short, you know, got up with my bro, with McGruff, and we started doing music. I was doing music. Me and McGruff, he said he can get Big L. I'm like, word? Big L? He's like, yeah, that's my bro. And I was like, oh, get him. Then we got with Big L. Started doing music. We was going to Inglewood, New Jersey, and my homeboy Bobby and them, and Bobby and his cousin in them studio, Drew and all of them, Mike. They from Paterson, New Jersey. They had a studio out there, so I used to go out there, take Big L and Gruff and all them, and my boy Ock 2Gs, and you know, a few of my team at the time. And you know, a lot of that history was made from records. Y'all see my records floating around with Big L, Harlem NYC. A lot of people saying Big L featuring Big Boosie and McGruff and my boy Chosen One Digger, but it's Big Boosie featuring McGruff, Big L, and Chosen One Digger. It's my song, but it doesn't matter. Big L, my brother, Gruff, my brother, we all on that song. So it don't matter. But at the end of the day, I never knew, you know, Gruff was rapping. So I used to see later on down the road, you know, artists coming out. And I'm going to skip over the Mase part because I knew Mase when Mase was young on 133rd, 7th, in Lenox, where he grew up at. And to skip over all that, I was hearing, you know, the rapper Camron doing this thing with that joint. One of my joints was that that joint with him and DMX. The dum what is it? You know, that flow. I'm like, there was this kid. This kid is hot. So seeing him around, then Biggie Smalls had a matter of fact, I was hearing it while I was in jail, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I was in jail hearing some of that stuff. And I was on my way home. And this particular time, when I got home, I was in Maryland. They dropped me off at the bus station in DC. I think it was DC or one of them big coliseums. and Biggie Small and them was on tour, and Cam was on the tour with them. And I seen him come out the back of the Coliseum one time, and, you know, at that particular day talking. And he was talking to some dudes. A girl walked over to him, a star. He looking up and down. I'm like, oh, that's the dude, the Camron dude. But I'm just waiting for my bus. I'm still with my bag, my bag that you come home from prison with. Hey, I'm a famous singer. I was wondering if you wanted to react to my song, collaboration with Chopper. Hit me up and send me a number or something. Go to my IG. The Real Big Boosie, BOOTSIE on IG. So anyway, I'm still with my bag, and I see the dude Camron come out the backside door and all that, talking to people and all that. I guess he came outside to take a break because he was on tour with Big and all of them at that time. So, anyway, long story short, I'm saying that to say I never even thought that I would ever get to meet a person like, Cam or whatever. I was already rapping before I went to jail with, when AZ and them had the mob style and all that. I was amongst that movement, and I was doing my own music and all that. So once I got my stuff together, Cam got my stuff together, started putting the company together, Big Bucks Entertainment. Everybody know about that label that knows me in Harlem, know Big Bucks Entertainment was the movement at that time. Got with Gruff got Big L, and then, it got quiet for Big L for a minute. And I was back and forth North Carolina, and, I was in them streets real heavy. And, I put the record out, and the record started doing good. I got distribution out of Hyde Park, with a distributor called Unique out of Hyde Park, New York. And with Big L being on the record at the time, and McGruff at the time, two hot Harlem artists, the record went out of here. I was selling overseas in places I've never been, China, London, England, a lot of places, man, at this point in time. So I started getting big checks behind that. Mind you, I paid Big L up front. Gruff, my brother, we up front. So I'm running back down south, everything buzzing. I'm like, yo, man, you and L gotta start, y'all gotta come down south with me. He was like, well, yeah. L wanted to get out of town and start running back around again. And it was quiet. They signed Nas, and Nas came out. When Nas came out, they focused on Nas a lot, and that's when Big L started making his own moves on his own. So I tell him, man, y'all come down south. They like, all right, bet. I said, I'm coming up to get y'all. Pack it up. I went and got the big truck and all that, went up and got Big L, and I put a budget together. I spent probably about $100,000, and we was running all around, up and down the highways, up and down, doing big shows. I'm paying for the buildings, paying for the other artists to come out and all that with us. And L's name just started buzzing again, buzzing. Gruff still buzzing again, buzzing. We go back, I get them back to New York. I wait, about a week and some change go by. I'm planning on my next move. I'm like, damn, man. I'm like, we got a mean chemistry. I'm like, damn, I should just tell L, you roll with me with my label, and we can make some moves. So I go to New York. L was at his crib. Big L was like, yo, man, come to the house. I'm at my house. I go to the house. I'm telling Big L, I'm like, yo, bro, yo, we did good running around. Yo, what you think about, signing with me? And we we pushed the envelope real hard. He's like, bro, you a good dude. I would do that. He said, but I got a meeting with Dame Dash and Jay-Z. He said, I'm pushing my label called Flamboyant, and they getting ready to back me on it. And I'm like, wow. Well, I'm like, that's powerful. You go ahead and do that and bring me in. He was like, yeah, I got you. And then, you know, the tragedy happened to my brother. God bless Big L. You know what I'm saying? That tragedy happened, so that never happened. So after all of that, you know, me and McGruff and them still stayed doing moves, making moves and all that. Um, I get a call about the Paid in Full movie. Dame Dash worked out something with AZ, and Dame Dash pushed buttons with Miramax, with the creep dude that's locked up for sexual assault. I forgot the guy's name, man. I ain't forget his name, but right now I'm talking about it, so y'all know how that go. But anyway, the Paid in Full movie come about. They put everything together. They moved it to Canada because, you know, tax purposes, and, you know, they don't have to fill out do all the things you have to pay for, codes and all that in New York. And Canada looked like New York. A lot of people thought that Paid in Full was shot just in New York alone. Did 3 months in Canada, and probably about 3-4 weeks in Harlem, if I ain't mistaken. It wasn't that long in Harlem. Two of my scenes was in Harlem. A few other scenes when Cam take the dude out the car, punch him in the face. You know, he made a mistake and really punched him in the face. They kept that scene. But that and a few other scenes. Anyway, so while they in Canada, they call me up, yo, Boost, my brother Jay Black, he goes over there with Dame Dash and filming, and they told him, yo, Boosie grew up with AZ, so we need, you know, somebody over here that can show the actors just in case anything else that goes on that, you know, to show authenticity, to be authentic with their acting and things like that. So he called me and asked me if I want to come. Of course. It's my first time ever having to use a passport and go out the country, ever. Get over there. While they filming the Paid in Full movie, Charles Stone, big up to Charles Stone too, man. Showed us so much love, gave us a lot of creative control over that movie. Me and my bro Jay Black. But so guess who pops up to the set? Camron. Playing, y'all know the guy, which his name in the movie is Rico. Y'all know the guy he was playing and portraying to be. So, you know, we out there for days, man. We, you know, hanging out, talking, chopping it up, talking about Harlem stuff, Harlem stories. This Camron dude ends up being one of the coolest dudes, legitimate, official. And I'm saying that to say, because you could tell a genuine dude, real recognize real when you see one, man. And you know, we got so cool over days just hanging out, working. If we ain't there, me, Wood Harris, Makai Pfeiffer, we'd probably be upstairs in the room playing video games while they fixing the set, or if they filming something else and they didn't need certain people, I'm over here hanging with the big stars upstairs, getting to know them and having fun and chilling. Other than that, I'm saying this to say, when I met Cam, he was so genuine and so real, so down to earth, and he always said, nah, man, when we get back to the States, man, whatever y'all doing, I let him know we making moves in North Carolina now, you know, and we do a lot of parties down there. He was like, yeah, whatever y'all need, man, you just call me. I'm coming through. You ain't even got to pay no money. Just let me know. We make some money, then you just hit me off later on, and we rock like that. I'm like, man, say no more. You ain't saying nothing but a word. I'm already in motion doing parties, man. Tyson Garcia, blessings. That's what's up. Major, yep, that's a fact. So, you know, regular things was going on. I think Dame had to leave, go to LA. He left Black, which is a best friend of his, best friend of mine. That's how me and Dame end up getting cool through Black. Black is somebody that Dame Dash loved to death. Black from her 40 between 7th and Lennox, 40 Wolves that Cam talking about on his new episode today. Black is from the 40 Wolves side of 140th, and left us, left uh left Dame had to go to LA and left with Charles Stone, which is the director. He directed Drumline, a few other big movies that y'all know about. And Charles Stone is a great dude. Y'all remember that Budweiser commercial when they do the brown skinned dudes on the phone and was calling them, as like they used to play it at football games. I think Super Bowls, like, yo, you got your Budweiser? They answer the phone, what's up? What's up? Yeah, what's up? Charles Stone is one of those guys that was on there. So anyway, left to handle that, like, to the point where when certain things ain't going right with a scene, Charles allowed me and Black to be like, nah, cut. That ain't it, bro. Makai, that ain't how Rich was sitting in the car. The crying scene, Makai was sitting straight up and crying at the same time. I was like, no, bro, Rich don't. I'm like, cut. I'm like, Makai, Rich would be leaned back, man, when he talking. So that's, that we've been over there that long, making those moves, putting the movie together. I'm just saying that to say this is how long that we had time to build with Camron as a person, besides an actor or a rapper, to know that he's a real dude. I'm saying that to say, because now when we come back to the States, we took him up on his word. Took Cam up on his word, and I got video to prove it. I don't want to show too much of it now because I'm going to use it for my documentary. And, when I met Cam, I met him, dolo, but I heard the history of, like the bloodsheds, the Big L, the Children of the Corn, and all that stuff that they was putting together and all that. So, it was a point in time where I needed Cam to come down to Durham. I put a party together for this place that I was doing a party at called Palace, downtown Durham. And rest it behold, bro came through. When he came through, he had Jim Jones with him. And Jim Jones was the hype man at this point in time. He was the hype man. I didn't know who Jimmy was. That's the first time me ever meeting Jimmy. And this was the point. This was right when Cam signed with Rockefeller. Old Boy wasn't even out yet. Old Boy wasn't out. Joel Santana wasn't even a factor at this time. It was just Jim and Cam. So came through. We did what we did. Cam had to leave. Jim stayed down. I had my sis, Toya, go over there, braid Jim hair for him, which Jim look at her like a sister now too. All that's documented. And, and I'm saying all this to say, Cam is one of the realest niggas, excuse my language, YouTube, but he's one of the realest dudes I met, man. He always say he gonna do something, he do it. He never, ever not did it. Came down before, and this is a true story. He came down before for me for a party. He drove all the way from New York, him and one of his homegirls and probably one other dude. And it was a female that I trusted, you know what I'm saying, to hold my door down. And it was at the Hilton Hotel. It was at this, no, it wasn't at the Hilton. It was at this other hotel, man. It was the Ramada. It was the Ramada. I forgot what they called the name of the club inside of the Ramada Hotel, but it was popular in Durham. When, Brian Dawson, he worked on radio, K975 out here. He was a big party promoter as well. It was his spot, and he let me get the spot. I brought Cam through, and the female that I trusted like a sister, I thought that she was sincere and had her working the door. And for the life of me, I couldn't, I couldn't understand what happened, because the party had a nice crowd. Nice crowd. Cam drove down on his own, and Cam was in there showing mad love. He was, I had my homies around to make sure he's straight and good and all that. He came down on his own, man. Spent his own money to come down. So I'm wondering, like, so I goes to the door, it's the end of the night, getting near. So I go to the door and like, yo, I'm talking to her, like, what we made. And I had one of my homies that supposed to like work the door, walk through and make sure everybody good, keep eyes on the box. She working the door, keep eyes on the box of the money, whatever. And he kind of got sidetracked worrying about women. And see, that be the thing. Some men, when they doing certain things like that in this industry or when parties, some people that you hire got to be ready and on point to be working as a don't get caught up worrying about the party. Don't get caught up worrying about the girls. If you are here hired to do this, focus on that. Worry about the women later. And he didn't do that. Because now I go to the door to try to see what's up with the money. She was like, well, we ain't really make that much. And I'm looking at there in the crowd. It's a nice crowd. So I'm like, and I look in the box. And the money ain't even, it's like light. I'm like, what she let people in? Like, what happened? She was like, I mean, I was charging this and charging that, what you told me. I mean, so I'm looking and the math ain't mathing. And I'm looking like, yo, it's crazy. So I'm like, wow. So I go talk to my boy. I'm like, bro, we ain't look like we even made that much bread, man. And it's like, word. He was like, he said, man, don't even worry about it, bro. He said, just make sure you pay me what I paid for to come down here. I said, all right, I got you. I did that. I made sure that I paid him what he spent and all that, but I still felt bad. Come to find out later on, months later, that the female that I had doing it, and I really want to say her name, but I'm going to let her live, but her cousin ended up telling me that she was pocketing money and pocketed money on that particular time. And and this is the big thing. What's crazy is, I'm keeping it 1,000, man. Cam looked at me like I was crazy, and how I found out, because his DJ is a great friend of ours, and Cam ain't want him to speak nothing about it. He was like, it is what it is, but he spoke on it because he know who I am, and he know I'm a real dude, and he told me about it, and that burnt me up crazy, man. For real, for real. And I called Cam and talked to him about it. He was like, man, don't even stress it. And I had to tell him what happened. He said, don't even stress it. And guess what? Came down and did another event for me. If that ain't real, what you call it? Several occasions with him. And when he come down, got something to do, yo, Boost, I'm over here at the hotel, so-and-so, so-and-so. I'm over there holding my bro down. That's a real dude. And I'm only saying this to say, it's a lot of rumors as far as him being a sucker. I can't phantom that. I can't never agree with that. I can't. It's too many people that I know that he did favors for. I know that for a fact. One of my friends is 730E. Everybody know about 730 dips, right? Well, 730 dips consist of my brother E, 730E. Cam and E was tight. Cam used to go to E house down here. He is like a little brother to me. He's one of my bros that I put up under the wing when he was younger and showed him a lot of stuff. And used to get a hell of a lot of money. And him and Cam got tight. Was this around the time they had the Dipset mixtape website? No, this is before Dipset. Dipset wasn't even rocking. He didn't even have the song Old Boy out yet. This how far back I go with Cam. So 730, him and Cam got tight. I'm skipping over the story. They tight. Cam used to go to his house. They ride 4-wheelers. Jimmy used to be out there too. 4-wheelers, all that. Jimmy wasn't had no records out yet at the time, and Cam was still building his movement with what he was doing on his second phase of his career with Rockefeller and all that before Old Boy. Long story short, old boy come out phenomenal, going crazy. Started that mixtape stuff up, killing the streets. Everybody know Dipset was the first to do mixtapes, man. The first. Nobody could contest that. Right up under where my daughter was created, 145th and Broadway, where I used to play hooky at, and created my daughter right there by that building. They created the mixtape movement. As it's moving and moving and moving, somebody said, who is J Hood? Ever heard of the Young Guns of Harlem? Like in '93? Yeah, that's me. Me and Kev Frost. Kirk Frost from Love and Hip Hop brother created that. Go up on YouTube and pull up Young Guns of Harlem, Big Boosie, and you'll hear my records. Shoot 'em up, 2 to the head, all that. The other Young Guns from 133rd, that's Lil Tone and his brother and they crew that was with Mase. 133rd between 7th and Lenox. They's the Young Guns. They younger version of us at this point in time. But yeah. So after the Dipset start rocking and going rocking, few years, I can't say a few years, I don't know exactly when, E built a rapport with Cam, asked Cam, can he do 730 dips? And Cam said, yeah. If it blow up and you get everything rocking and rolling, just make sure you don't forget me. That's what Cam said. He didn't say, yo, pay me this money. I'm locking it down. I don't. And somebody said Cam Incorporated. I think the little homie, what's his name? Bullets Gotti said Cam Incorporated when he incorporated Dipset. He incorporated 730 Dips too. I don't think he did the 730 Dips incorporation because it wasn't popping crazy, but yeah. Cam told 730E, yeah, you could do that. As long as if you get rocking, man, just don't forget about me. That's how Cam was. He wasn't with no, he wanted to see everybody win, man. I could say that, man. And this ain't no divide, none of that. That's my bro, that's my people. I don't got to talk to him every day. You see me, it's the same person when we see each other. I'm grown. I got things to do. He got things going on. I've just got to speak facts when I see it. And he told E, yeah, go ahead and do it. Just would it blow up? So after that, E told me to talk to Cam. He was like, yo, babe, he gave me the green light. We started making music. We started doing 730 Dip music right in Durham, North Carolina at my brother Sean Boy Double house. Y'all go check out Sean Boy Double on Instagram. But we started doing music at his house. We started doing repping for the 730 Dip. So, you know, as we progressing and we getting things together, I'm getting ready to show my bro E, 730E, the next step to after we get these, once we get these records done, as far as distribution and all that's concerned, getting them mixed down, mastered and everything right. I was about to show him where we getting ready to put it. But Cam had E with him, and he introduced E to Freaky Zeke and a few other guys. Whenever that happened, I don't know the exact time. So I guess once E met Zeke and them, Zeke and E got tight back then. And they've been moving together. And I guess we're still moving the 730 Dips. And Zeke is Cam's, one of Cam's, you know, right-hand cousin, brother, however it may go, and which made Ian and Zeke get tight. E catch a bid. Him and Zeke catch a bid together. They go to jail. Zeke come home, and Zeke kept running with the name 730 Dips and pushing it. That's why y'all be hearing about 730 Dips. It started with my bro E. And that's how it's supposed to be. If your other bro come home and he's, had a whiff of it, then, y'all keep it moving. And that's what Zeke did, kept it moving. And it, basically turned into a household name too. But moral of the story is Cam is the type of brother that will look out for you. He ain't never, ever, I never seen him ever be greedy. And everybody that I know that talk about him always say, yo, he's one of the best dudes and one of the greatest dudes out of the Dipset. A lot of them act funny out of Dipset. These are things I heard. I never got nobody act funny with me, maybe just because I've been around them. I don't know. But that's what they say. And for him to get caught up in other things, and see, this is what be tough when you're a general of something, then your team go out and do and create other things. You ain't nowhere thinking about it. You out just doing you and get caught up in somebody else's mix and get caught out there. That don't mean you got beat up and all that. Being jumped and beat up is two different things. And especially being caught off guard. So that's just two different things. But, so, once I had Cam and Jim them down there, and, after that we had, I've never ever seen nothing crazy amongst them two. And that's what this conversation is about. Because I seen them come up together and smile together. Him and Jimmy, man, like brothers, man. When you seeing him, you seeing Jimmy at the time. Things that, that new interview today, a lot of that Cam really didn't want to say. How he met Jim and where he was at. He didn't really want to say that. And I applaud Cam. But sometimes you poke the bear, brother got to come out and say certain things. I've seen Jimmy in different functions and in different states, and it's always been love. Jimmy always showed me love. I can't say certain things I did with him, but I have done business with him, and he came through for me in Charlotte 2 summers ago, right before this summer. And we was about to do another event, and he was ready and geared up to go. We had tragic things that happened that had nothing to do with them. It was on our end, so we couldn't do it. But he was ready to come rock and roll and show me some love. And everywhere I go, I see him. It's always love, man. Like ain't never know who that, or nah, or what up, Boost, but stay over there. It's never none of that. It's like, man, what up, what? Man, whatever you want, man. What's good? Always with Jimmy. But the crazy part is that these two brothers is going through it, and it's kind of like touching to me because I seen where they came from. And this the problem with us out here, man. A lot of people out here loving to see this happen and smiling and taking advantage of the negativity part, the negative part about it. And that ain't cool. A lot more people should be embracing it. And I like what I seen with on Mwreck that he bought Mase up there, and Mase stayed very neutral as he can. Cause like he was about to say, if he say something, anything out the scope, because Mwreck was gonna put him in the hot seat. And I could tell that's his boy. Everybody could tell that's his boy. Gonna put him in the hot seat. But other people would have went and said something different and made it look different. And he's trying to duck that path and at least bring Jim and them back together. Because he even said it himself. He said, man, we out here looking crazy or goofy or whatever his words was. Don't quote me on it. But in terms of it's not looking good. 30 years later and all of them grown men, we shouldn't be out here doing none of this. So I respect Mase for how he carried it. And I know he wanted to holler with Wreck, but he didn't want to holler with Wreck on that term because of how people would have switched his words around and made it look like something crazy and said it to Jimmy and and that's what's crazy out here, man. That we got to go through this type of stuff, man. When these black brothers is black men that's giving people jobs and put people in position, we don't have too many of them out there, man. And a lot of us need to tighten up when we get in position. Let's put some men in position to get some money, because that's where I come from. I put a lot of people in position. A lot of dudes I put in position in New York, Harlem. You can ask anybody, period. I'm just laid back in the cut doing what I do and make my magic on the low. I don't be out there the way I normally do. I'm focused. New movies on the way, by the way. And make sure y'all go check out my movie with my brother Mike Anderson and myself. Well, it's my movie. I did one quick jail scene, but I'm partners with my brother. It's a true story called A Polished Soul. Y'all go check that out. It's on Tubi. So we're in the process of doing more movies, and we're in the process of creating new actors and new actresses and giving other people jobs. This is why I'm speaking about what I'm speaking right now. These brothers are powerful brothers right now. You know what I'm saying? And I watched all of them, man. I got history with Mase. I don't feel like getting into all of that. His sister Stace, his twin, that's like my sister right there. Family. God bless his mother. I know her personally. Bless her. Beautiful person. His brother Mike, that's my boy. And, you know, when you see a brother come from where they come from, man, this here is really stupid, man. It's really stupid. And it's crazy. And it had to start from somewhere, but I don't want to point no fingers at nobody. At this point, it doesn't matter. If people hearing this and know whoever, pull their coat and tell them. But as you know, me growing up, this is how I was raised, growing up in those streets. Because my mother and pops, they played it. I used to sneak outside to do stuff straight like that. My mom's whooped that butt growing up young. So I ducked a lot of that sneaking and all that. Me and my brother Ant at one point in time. Just to hang out with the big boys and to fit in and all that. But once I'm hanging with the big boys raised me also. And whatever they got a problem with, you supposed to have a problem with. But like I said earlier, and especially now at our age brackets, or even not even our age brackets, at a bracket of if it's something that is gonna have you in trouble. Like a guy jumped in the car one day, and as soon as he jumped in the car, his boy said, it was a skit. His boy said, yo, man, yeah, here go your gun. We getting ready to go and tear so-and-so up. He's like, whoa, what you mean? Nah, man, you been hollering at my girl. Hollering at your girl? No, bro. You need some money, man. He was like, nah, I don't need no money. He was ready to give him some money. He didn't even want the money. Nah. He was like, nah, bro, I'm not going with you to kill nobody over your girl. No, you can't never have nobody go with you to do nothing ignorant like that. And I'm going to tell you, you wrong and bugging. That's a fact. But if you go do that, I'm not doing that. Now, if my boy got beef with a dude because the dude looked at him crazy or asked him why he looked at him and or tried to disrespect him in front of people and he want to go step to the dude and ask him why he was talking to him crazy like that, or whatever, I still tell him, man, he just was talking. Did you say something to him and check him? He's like, yeah, but I ain't feeling it. I still want to go check him. I ain't going to let him go by himself. I ain't going to let him go by himself. And I still might be out of line for that, but those are the things I'm not going to do because that's my man. I'm rolling with him 150%, even though I'm going to tell him he wrong now and behind the scenes. But in front of them people, I'm never going to tell him he wrong. Never. In front of them people, we're going to handle the business. Either we're going to get it popping right then and there, or we're going to settle it, and all right, let's leave that alone. Please don't do that again. I won't disrespect you. You don't disrespect me, and we disperse. That's how that go. Never go and fraternize with the enemy, period. Straight like that. Even if I am mad at my homeboy about something and not speaking to him, I'm still not fraternizing with nobody that's his enemy. Because either one day we're going to be back cool again, And or not only that, he mean more to me than anybody that never done nothing for me means to me. And I don't care what they might can do for me now. Even if they can do something for me, that's something I just can't get right now. I just got to figure another way out to get it. If you beefing with my boy, I just don't want no parts of it, because I don't know what's later on is going to uphold. And not only that, my loyalty and my morals is more than anything. And that's a fact. Charles Johnson, big facts. Big Rex. I'm listening. But that's more important than anything, man. And that creates longevity. Just how when Mase and Cam fell out. I think, don't quote me on it, he said, Cam said that he just didn't understand and he might have heard something wrong or didn't understand it. From what I heard, Cam told Mase, yo, man, we can get this money. I know you don't got the money to pay for the video. I'm on the song, Horse and Carriage. You just make the label pay for it. At this point in time, Mase probably really ain't understand it that clear. Like, you right, he right. J Hood, I remember you and Ant a long time ago in Longburg. That's a fact. But Mase probably didn't understand it. Yeah, let me force the label to put Cam on it, and that's business. The labels know what that is. Yeah, pay that man. Pay that man, get him in the video. And like Mase said, he had people like Puff in his ear, teaching him to be wrong, trying to keep him away from his friends. I understand Puff want to protect his investment, but his friends will be there to protect him as well. And Puff pushed him away. I remember Big Trail, that's my brother. God bless the dead, man. Used to be with me and my cousin Big Rob and at the crib. He'd be like, yo, I'm about to break out, man. I got to go and get with Mase. Puff calling me talking about, can I keep Mase from downtown, man? Being I'm his security. Can I keep him from downtown? I mean, keep him from uptown, keep him downtown. Keep him downtown, keep him out of Harlem from around dudes and all that, man. And I'm like, word? He's like, yeah, he don't be wanting him uptown around Harlem and all that. That's crazy to do that and separate him and put that in his mental as a young boy. And he's following your lead and you put money in his pocket. So, I get why they might have fell out. But the most important thing, they back together and they figured it out. I respect what Mase said to Dale Mwreck. I respect their relationship, and I respect how they carrying it right now. And I respect that they saying that fallout ain't never gonna happen again. They gonna grow old together like brothers, man. Because they are brothers. Let me rephrase that. And that's a good lesson for our culture and everybody following and watching hip hop. Their relationship is a great example for our culture and y'all young boys, even some of y'all old dudes out here and women that fall out for stupidity. Figure it out, man. Mase didn't know at the beginning. Cam expected Big Rex. Cam expected more from Mase, but Mase really wasn't all the way up with Diddler doing him dirty. Facts. So they both was just, it was like metal against metal. They both wasn't there yet. But they figured it out. And then now they rocking. They said, what's up with Jewels? He's staying out of it. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Hold that thought. I'm going to tell y'all where Jewels at. But Jewels is at? Jewels is somewhere being smart and staying out of the commotion. For what? What do you get out of all that commotion, man? For what? And the only thing I could say is all I ever seen Cam do was help people, man. That's it. That's all I can say I see Cam do is help people. Somebody said, what's up with Jewels? He's staying out of it, J Hood. That's a fact. Staying out of it. I ain't even see you say that, J Hood, but that's what, yeah. Nocturnal. What up? Jewel Smart. Stay up out of that, man. I hate that their legacy getting torn down by this idiot stuff. And like Mase was saying, man, he wanted to be the mediator, get them together, and hopefully they could talk and get that to the side. Because like somebody else said, their energy is off, even with the verses. They was trying to be there, stand tall like they was together, but energy don't never lie. When you like a woman and a woman like you, if you got energy, that energy ain't gonna lie. If you cool with a dude, but y'all really ain't cool seeing eye to eye, that energy ain't gonna allow y'all to really have that correct energy. The Locks energy was together because they was together in real life. No nothing behind the scenes. Let's do this just for the fans. Don't burn no bridges unless you don't plan on crossing that bridge again. That's a fact. Nocturnal said, Jesus Christ is the energy. That's a fact. Jesus is the energy. Zeke is Cam's cousin, but he's staying out too. Yeah, as they should. Just stay out of it, because more people saying more stuff create a bigger whirlwind, man. For real. Create a bigger whirlwind. Then just sit back and hopefully Joel say and Zeke say, and yo, man, we all need to talk and really go and sit and talk and really mean it. Let's don't have no fake talks and just appease our fans or just do it just to say we doing it. Because y'all came, whatever, however it happened and came about, and whatever feelings was involved, you as a man got to say to yourself, that man right. That man right. I was wrong. I'm bugging. And you got to mean it in your heart. And that goes for all of them. And I guarantee you, all of them, if they all get it together, if they all get that together, man, they going to be more powerful than anything. A real Dipset reunion with them loving each other. They did a Dipset party down here in Raleigh. I was right there on stage with all of them, man. They did it in Raleigh at the Ritz. I want to say it was 2 years ago. It ain't been that long. And the crowd was in there loving them. And you know, I seen that. I kind of didn't see no separation amongst them. They hid that pretty well. But the crowd was so feeling the records. When you got hit records, everybody they gonna rock. They gonna rock with you. So they was rocking. So I didn't see nothing but love up there, man. But I did see when everybody left, they left Dolo, man. I got to keep it 1,000. If I'm mistaken, somebody pull my card on that one. Since Cam gave Mase a dip chain. Said Jim been tight since Cam gave Mase a dip chain. I didn't know he gave him a dip chain. Word. I gotta Google that one. I ain't know he gave Mase a dip chain. What I can say about Mase also, he been moving real strategic throughout the years. Everybody can contest to this. He's one of the only bad boys out of the bad boy label that got real money. Went out and secured the bag on his own. Fell back from a negative situation and turned it to a positive situation. So nobody can say nothing bad about the brother. When it did that, now him and his brother is back doing their thing. We need to only congratulate that, not try to tear that down, man. That is what it is. Came from scratch and looked like a big corporation put it together. And it came from the mind of two black brothers. Even if it was just from one and then they both got together with it, it's still big. Jim and Masters to show blue. They ain't got a rap. Puff said Mase. He said Puff said Mase owes him money. Yeah, well, the way it looks, Puff owe everybody else money, so. So that don't even sound right. And he got people royalties, allegedly. If that's true, then how I can't see how somebody owe him money. Somebody said Jim would have been on Jay-Z level. Stack wouldn't passed and would have stayed. Would have stayed cool with Max. I think Max still on fire. Yeah, Max still on fire. He come home, he out of here. He's going all the way up. But yeah, y'all got to think, man. If they never fell out and would have stayed tight and kept the music thing rolling, even if once you are a boss and create a label, you don't have to really rap no more. And I think that's where Cam Mental was at. Put his boys out, let them rock and roll, and he's gonna regulate being a CEO and do other things. Cam got gas stations and all that, man. So it wasn't like he really needed to rap. Unique inspired a lot of Fed gas to get on YouTube. Shout out King Tut. Yep, shout out to Tut. Cam is a born hustler, rival. That's what's up. As he is. It's in Harlem blood. I ain't taking that from other boroughs. Cause we got other bunch of boroughs with a lot of big dogs too. That's born hustlers. But it's in the bloodline. Them boys would have been billionaires, man. Everything stays with protocol. If it starts like this how it's supposed to end. Let me give you being y'all talk about Unique. Unique Mega Audio. That's my brother. He was the big dog before he went in. That's who used to make sure I was good. After I was running with A stopped the game. I was doing my own thing anyway. A always made sure I was all right if I needed something. He left the game alone. I met Unique through somebody I seen running with him. And I said, yo, I need to holler at him, man. Met Unique, set the meeting up, hollered at him, never looked back. That's been my brother ever since. Always was the big dog. He going due time. I've been home on these streets, learning the music game, learning the movie game. Hanging around Dame Dash, learning some of the business. Opposed to things that I learned on my own. I spent a lot of money. I'm probably $1 million plus in this game. Anybody will tell you that. McGruff could attest to it. My brother took the boss test to it. I can name so many. Unique go do 26 years, come home from jail. I know this business. Unique don't know this business. And y'all tell him I said it. He'll tell that to you. He ain't know the business. He learned the business now, and the stuff that he probably know now, I'm just speaking when he first came home. His mentor wasn't in none of this. He was trying to figure it out, and that's what he did so he don't go back to jail. He created a podcast. I took my brother to Queen's Flip and told him, yo, make sure you shout out your podcast. And he ain't never looked back. Only what happened with that was when he went on Queen's Flip, nobody never really heard him speak the way he spoke. And his character, his demeanor, everything that he said, everybody loved it and loved his character and wanted to hear him speak some more. And that's how he ended up being on all these other podcasts. But my thing was to take my brother and don't look at him any different, because I'm popping right now. My bankroll tight. But I don't look at none of that like that. I got to put my brother back in his seat and position, because there's other things that I don't know that I know that he knows. I'm never going to try to outshine him, ever. And that's how we roll. Because he going to call me with some money. Yo, I got something for you. Yo, you going to get this. All right, you going to do this. And when I get that, if I got something, I'm calling him. Same thing. But at the end of the day, he's still the big bro. Even at our age bracket, it doesn't matter. That's still the big bro. It doesn't matter of my status or what I've done, movies and music and all that. And he has never done movies and music and nothing. It don't matter. He's still the big bro. And I got to get him back and get him caught up with where he's supposed to be. And I still follow suit. I still be number 2. I don't care about none of that, because I'm going to still get mines. And let him tell it, he's going to say we equal. He say he going to call me his big homie too. That's just a respect factor. That's what creates longevity out here. Can't let the money blind you and the fame and everybody loving you everywhere you go. I get love and respect everywhere I go. I can walk through Harlem anywhere, and I guarantee you I'm going to be stopped on many blocks. What up, Boost? Where you been at? Yo, before I get from 146 to 125th, I'm stopped at least 5 to 10 times on different blocks right now. And that's a fact. J Hood said Cam should have dropped the Killer Cam season 2 movie a long time ago. Yeah, he should have, but you know, when you get caught up doing a lot of other things and you don't have too many people to help, budgets like that is different. And I get it, because it was a well-known household name movie, but he went and made the movie Percentages with Omar Gooden. My bro Omar, what up, O? Man, you got an interview you owe me too, Omar Gooden. That's my bro there, great dude. But he went and did that. And, you know, that don't mean Killer Season 2 ain't coming back. I don't know how they would do it because of the age difference, whatever. Anything's possible. Might do Killer Season 2, the series. But, yeah. But when you keep your morals intact with who you are as a person, and whoever brought you in this field, or whatever field you bought in, I don't care if you're selling paper clips and you blowing up from it because you met this person or a family member brought you in, you still stay loyal to the person that brought you there. It's like a foundation, a piece of land. If you own the land, who told me this the other day? If you own the land, you build a house on it. Without the land, you can't build a house. So Cam, my brother Unique, is like foundations. When Unique went to jail, he still is a foundation of my house that I built, because a lot of people knew me from Unique. I learned a lot from Unique, so I was able to maneuver because I was on Unique's land. And that's basically the same thing. just there's no way around it, no matter how we want to go around it. And this ain't no disrespect to nobody. This is just me speaking of the laws of the land, of how it goes when it comes to loyalty and unity. That's what keep us rolling. And that's why they always say us as black people, we always separate ourselves as separation, and we don't stick together. As soon as we get some money, we somewhere else. Let's stay where we been staying. If we go over there, then we all go over there. If they don't want my homies to come, I ain't going over there neither then. Rival. Yeah, my email is Big Bucks. That was my label, Big Bucks ENT. Big Bucks ENT is abbreviated for entertainment at AOL. And that's still an AOL because a lot of powerful music, a lot of powerful stuff is in there. I got a lot of receipts in there as well. That's a fact. But I got a Gmail too. But that one there is I'm loyal to my email. Am I going to go back on Queen's Flip? Jay Hood asked me that. Well, I'm gonna do another Queen's Flip on Queen's Flip. Sit still if he doing the, Queen's been on Joe Buttons and all that now doing his thing. Then he come out with his skits, and then Queen Flip is a hustler too. He keep you entertained with other things. So if he do that, then yeah, or maybe me and Queen's Flip might do something one-on-one. So hopefully, yeah, I like Queen's Flip. His energy is crazy. I was just telling my boy that today. I'm at 500,000 views on that already. But I'm going to speak about things different. I'm not going to keep talking about the AZ outposts and all that. I don't want to keep doing all that because unless it's necessary. Other than that, it really don't mean nothing. I want to talk about something that's going to uplift our kids. Something that's going to show these older dudes that they probably don't know to show their kids to uplift something that will better us as a culture. So yeah, if I go up there, I'm gonna talk about what I'm doing with my movies. That's it. Don't forget, A Polished Soul is on Tubi. Make sure y'all share this. Share this. All my new people up here, subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that notification. Hit them like buttons for me, man. Hit them like buttons, because YouTube been bugging. I used to hear everybody talk about it, and I didn't know until I started my podcast movement, and now I know. But my main thing is I don't want to keep talking about the AZ Outpost stuff. It's good stories. I have a lot of other stories that I could talk about, but I think it's ran its course. And like I said, if something come up necessary, sometimes some people spark something up within that story that started a whirlwind again, being talked about all over again. But it's always going to be interesting because it's like movies that you watch all the time. You're going to want to hear it and coming from other perspectives and all that. So it's always going to be that main topic to talk about, but it's other things to talk about that's going to be uplifting. And that's the type of time that I'm on right now. And you still got AZ that's out here, man. We want to see him do some more books, write some more scripts and create some more movies. And sometimes some of the movies going to be entertaining. Some of the movies shoot 'em up, and they say all we know is to show shoot 'em up movies. But you got to look at all these other people that write scripts and directors that direct movies, that as far as the mobsters and all that. Y'all watch those, even with the spies. When they go overseas and kill up people because they take hits for the government and all that stuff. That's interesting. So why we can't make movies that's interesting with our culture? Even though it's rough because our culture dictate what we do in those movies and actually do them on the street. And our kids start killing each other because they think that that's what they seen in the movie. And that's not cool. It's not. And it's really just a movie. But 9 times out of 10, it be true stories. So they feed off of the true story element or aspect of it all. And that be the crazy part. Why we can't, do our stories. So, it's rough, but one thing we got to do is stick together. This Jim Jones, Camron, whole Dipset movement should be a lesson to us. Not no laughing at Jimmy, not no laughing at Cam or Mase or whatever, not laughing at none of that, none of them brothers, man. Do you think Paparazzi Poe is Alpo's son for real? I don't know. I can't say. I think Paparazzi Poe said he's not really his father, I think. Don't quote me on it. But he respect him and he look up to him and he loved Alpo. So I can't help who another person love. If he love him, then sure, more power to him. I wish him best of luck. I wish him luck out there too. I don't want him getting in no trouble, getting hurt. Take what he know now and turn it into a positive. Because he done went through a lot of negative stuff out there as well. Somebody said real talk. Rival said real talk. It happened. So why not document it? That's a fact. And why it should be documented with things that went on in our life is so these kids out here can see what really happened. And maybe when we do these movies, at the end of it, they give a little commentary of, this is why y'all shouldn't do this, and this is why you should do that. Pay attention to the moral of the story. So maybe we have to do our movies like that, being that we dictate killing up each other. Because that's what's going on. We killing up each other. White people, as soon as they see one of us that's really not a killer, but we like to wear the same style because this is our culture, but we ain't killers. We personally go to college, but this is what we wear. We can't help it. We in the neighborhood, and they automatically signal us out as we might be a robber or a crook or a killer because we black and wearing what we normally wear as black people. And it's messing up our culture. It's messing up our good, because you know how they say, man, that was a good dude, and really it was a good dude that got killed and lost his life from a white person, or they called the police on him and said something that wasn't true, and the police automatically be on 1,000 when they jump out on the person and end up killing the person for nothing. These are the things we go through. But if we sticking together, getting money together, giving each other jobs, it's going to be harder for the negative white people, because we got great white people that look out for us, and I do. I got a lot of them in my life that I love like brothers. So the negative white people that look at us negatively, and we can't keep moving like this and killing each other and think we're going to demand respect. The police, half the time, they jump out on us because they really scared. They hiring cops, and they, it's the same thing with dudes going to jail. They either become a Muslim or blood because they either scared and they need that protection. That's just basically it. They scared and they being down with something. Or you got ones that just respect being a Muslim, probably wanted to be a Muslim at one point in time, but being a blood or a Crip or whatever, that's a choice because it's not a religion. Now, I got a lot of Bloods and Crips that are people that's law-abiding citizens. They are part of an organization, but they'll utilize it for the right thing. Now, we could turn this Blood and Crip thing into the right thing. If I got 20 dudes up under me in my set, they're going to be out somewhere passing flyers out. We throwing parties and putting money in each other's pocket. I'm not running around here showing that my dudes under my set, we out here beating people up, shooting, and all that stupidity stuff. That'll get things, turned into a different light with our culture. But until then, we're going to be looked at as that. If we killing each other, why do the police care? That's why it take long for when a cop kill one of us, take long for them to investigate it, body cams take months and all that. When they looking right at the body cam, what took so long to see that the cop walked up, shot a person? Opposed to they'll see one of us on camera shoot somebody, and as soon as they see that same night, they got the whole police force looking for you, and you going to jail. And you got to prove yourself out of jail. We know the police got that immunity bull crap, but it still doesn't make sense. And not a lot of us are moving and preaching the right stuff. And our little bit of our black leaders that's trying to hold it down and be out there marching for us when a black man get killed, it's not enough. Not enough power. Until they start building and building, everybody start coming in, collectively getting in and getting in. But if we had all them thousands and thousands of people at the beginning and moving smart, a lot of that gonna have to cease, man. What's up with Robert Brooks? Why is that getting quiet? It's getting quiet. We watched them beat this man, choking him, slamming him down. I think that's worse than when they had God bless him, our guy with the cop, that chauffeur, whatever his name, cop had his knee on homie neck. And just was sitting there, opposed to us seeing them actually slamming and kneeing them and punching them and doing it and hitting them in the groin, and homie killed homie quietly and slowly. They pounced this man and we watched that. I think and that was worldwide when they did that to George Floyd. Facts. That went England, London, everybody was protesting everywhere. This thing that happened in that correctional facility should be the same thing by watching that, man. It's crazy out here. But the more we shoot and kill each other, the more they gonna say, man, they doing it to themselves. Farrakhan even said that. The more we out here, y'all out here killing each other, what make y'all think the police are gonna care about not doing it? How we gonna defend y'all and y'all killing yourselves? Nobody going to get the person that killed Trayvon Martin. He out here free and started something else with somebody else somewhere else. Like he tough. We are gang members that suit up to go look for their ops every day. Why nobody suit up to go find this dude? And I'm not telling nobody to go out and do none of that. I'm just saying, nobody doing that. That show me that y'all tough to do that. When these police killing one of our innocent kids, black people, and they get home, they go home with pay. Ain't nobody doing no research to get their crew together and go look. But as soon as we in beef with one another, after the club, we find out where the person live, where the person hang at. We gonna go over there, find them, and blow their brains out, and do it in front of everybody, or do it on camera. Now we in jail, the person dead, you in jail, 2 brothers gone, 2 families is sick, and it's deteriorating our black culture. Give a black person some money, they bring the drugs and put it here. So don't think that the government ain't bringing the drugs and putting it here. Now y'all know that selling drugs is crazy. You're going to jail. The rate of selling drugs the way it used to be, you probably had longevity back in the day. You don't have longevity to sell drugs and getting money and buying cars and fronting and stunting and popping bottles and all that. You popping bottles after you just finished throwing bricks at the penitentiary. So you don't love yourself because you went in a club and a $40, $50 vodka bottle that you like, Patron bottle that costs $250, and they profit is $200. You going up in there popping bottles after you finish throwing bricks at the penitentiary. For a $30 bottle, you could have just bought that and went to the crib and chilled and got you a nice lady or whatever, and vice versa. The lady can go, if she a hustler, go and get her a nice bottle and chill with a dude she like. You in the bottle spending in the club, buying $1,500 for the booth, 2 bottles, that's $250 that they paid $40, $50 for. And then, as soon as you get locked up, you trying to figure out somebody to tell on. Knowing you couldn't handle it when it's time to go to jail, brother or sister. Knowing you couldn't handle it. Knowing that you ain't no person to do jail because you don't want to leave that pretty girl out there. She might be an ugly girl, but you love her. You don't want nobody getting that. And I'm just saying, because let one of us say something to one, we ready to fire off. I've been in it before with someone. Yeah. And what I was saying about the police, when they hire these police is already scared. So they get with a bunch of people, the same way how people join Muslim for protection. Either they really like Muslims or they really gonna learn to like it because they like, oh hell, I'm gonna be in here, I need to be a Muslim. Because you wasn't no fighter, or even if you is a fighter, some people ain't they only fight, they pick their fights. Or they be a blood in jail. That's what some of these police that is hired. They hire because they want to get that little check, and they know that they got the law on their side. They got license to kill, and they got a bunch of police that everybody on the streets is scared of them once they see them blue lights coming and them badges and suits. And they got the right to cuff you and put you behind bars, and ain't nothing you can do about it. And the day that any of us start acting all wild and going belligerent and start firing off on police and wilding on police, the army is gonna come. So we don't have no wins all the way around the board. So we gotta start thinking with this. If we ain't thinking with this and teaming up and getting together, if I'm in a club, somebody bump me sometime, I say, excuse me. And he might look at me and say, excuse me too. But you got some black brothers or brother bumping, yo, dog, don't be bumping me like that. We in a club, man. It's 9 times out of 10, somebody's gonna bump you. Might step on your new shoes that you got. You already knew that before you went to the club. And if you can't take that, don't go to no clubs, man. Or don't go nowhere where it's an atmosphere where you know you're gonna be either bumped or might get stepped on by mistake, all of the above, man. It is what it is. If you can't handle that and handle your mental, your temper, you don't need to be there, man. J Hood say they so far gone. He try to talk to them, but they don't listen. That's a fact. Some of these kids, man, they mental is they don't even understand when you're telling them something right. To them, it's still wrong. They just looking at it one-sided and one way, and they walk up and down, and we know it comes from the home. It's the structure. A lot of them, when they do snap out of it, they learned it, the genuine and the good lessons from somebody that they looked up to in the streets as a big homie that might have taught them something good. Now you got some of the big homies that just got a good knuckle game, so they the big homie over 20, 30 people because they can fight. And the 20, 30 scared because if he asks for a one-on-one, he gonna beat all of them up. So they follow him, and he don't got brains. Send them on dummy missions and doing dummy things, and now they think they part of something. And that's crazy. That's the crazy part. And, you know, we try to chop it up with these kids, man. And a lot of them, you know, don't listen. You might get, out of 100, we might get 2, 1, maybe 3. At least we start something or starting somewhere. But we only can do what we can do, man. And you know, it starts with a lot of these grown OG dudes, man. We can't be moving around out here like it's just us out here. And we can't forget where we come from. We can't forget who put us in position. We can't forget the things that we learned. And even if we don't like it, we still gotta move with it. But when you don't move with the things that we are taught or with the things that are righteous in the right way, it always gonna end up with what's happening right now with one of the biggest movements in our time going against each other, man. And that ain't good, man. That's sad. It's sad because these are brothers I respect. I respect all of them, man. They came. I watched them come from, I don't want to say nothing to something, because you can tell that they all come from good households, so they always had something. But when we just say a street on from, all of us just coming from streets, even though schools, I've been to school, I was in one of the best high schools and all that, but I still was in the streets. I'm just saying from street aspects coming from that, not millionaires to millionaires now. There's no need, our millionaires need to be going against each other, man. We need them to open some stuff up so we all can get some jobs. And I could put somebody on off of their wave that they got going, because I'm cool with them. Yo, Cam, yo, Jim, yo, Mase, I got this guy over here. I'm not qualified for it, but he good. He might do something that's good with what you got going on right there. Create something from with this guy. And then this guy that gets on with them, start graduating, and then he can bring other people in. But now the buck stopped because these guys not seeing eye to eye. That ain't good to our culture at all. It's not a good thing, bro. And Cam didn't even really want to go in. I could see it in Cam demeanor. He really just had to say stuff because he felt he had to defend his morals, his dignity, because of things that he said he heard. And he ain't really want to go in on Jim like that, because I know for a fact that man loved Jim, man. And Jim, I know he loved Cam. Jim is just a person that's just he's stubborn and hard. You know what I'm saying? And then when things get amongst other people hearing things, it's you probably get out of character sometime, man. And just start going in and feeding into it. So hopefully, man, like Mase was saying on Mwreck, man, he want to try to, get them together, because this 25, 30 years old stuff, man, they all at the height of their career, and they are in the limelight and the faces of the people that don't even look right amongst them. I loved everything Mase said. He didn't want to answer none of Wreck questions because Wreck was about to put him on the hot seat. And I could tell that they are brothers, so Mase do what to do. He said, I'm gonna say a lot of stuff in the middle of this. You ain't gotta ask me no questions. You can dissect what I'm about to say. I'm gonna give you some more. And that was love, man. He said some righteous stuff. So y'all check out Mwreck Joint with Mase. If y'all didn't already, make sure y'all share, subscribe, man. Hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that like button. And I appreciate everybody always showing me love, coming through. I see a lot of regulars up here. Salute to y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all. I got some more things coming on the way. And make sure we share, because we need positive energy, man. Everybody spit some positive energy to them brothers, man. For real, for real. Because they still in position to get it back together and help other brothers and other sisters get jobs and do things. I like how Cam and Mase went and got the young girl that they got in the middle and put her from college. She went to broadcasting school for it. All of that's hard. That's nice right there. That's the stuff I'm talking about. And I can see that's the type of stuff that they on. That's what they going at with it, man. So yeah. Hopefully all that get in position. And make sure y'all go to Tubi and check out the movie, man. A Polished Soul. A Polished Soul, written by my bro, Mike Anderson. True story. He was facing the death penalty. He copped out to a life sentence. He did 17 years. He learned how to write movies. He went and got his degree in jail. He did all that. He's been home for a minute now, but he wrote the movie, produced the movie. It's a positive movie. That's probably why y'all don't hear it, because we ain't do no shoot 'em up, bang bang movies yet. But we about to do some anyway. But it's a positive joint, man. Sit your kids in front of it, or sit your older, dumb Sit your older grown folk people that still have a young mentor and let them watch it as well. It's a good film. And shout out to my brother Terry D. He got the movie 17 Days. My bro Mark Shice play it. Y'all go check out the Puff joint, the Psycho, American Psycho. It's on Tubi too. My bro Mark plays Puff Daddy in that. It's real good. Y'all better go check it. It show a lot of events from what Puff did and all that. And it's a good little message to it. American Psycho on Tubi. But yeah, 17 Days the movie. My bro Omar Gooden is in there. Joanna Man, Miguel Nunez. That's my bro. Terry D wrote it, produced it, all of the above. So yeah, make sure y'all go ahead and check all that. And we got more movies coming, man. We working, man. I'm about to show y'all what's going down. And from what I'm hearing, my brother Blackface and Daniel, OG Daniel, was doing the Honor Up, the movie, which is Dame Dash and Kanye West film. I had a shootout scene in that. Another brother that showed me love, Dame Dash, made sure I got in the scene because I got there late and they was really finishing, and he made sure I got a scene. But they're doing the Honor Up the series. From what I'm hearing, it's coming to BET. That's what Blackface told me. So we got some things coming, man. We're gonna be filming and I guess next month, March, maybe April, I don't know. You know how it goes. They always say something and they switch schedules around. But once again, more jobs for other actors and actresses. People holding a boom mic. People sitting back pressing buttons, giving people jobs. That's what it's all about. This is what Harlem do. And I'm just speaking for Harlem right now because I'm from Harlem. There's plenty of other people in New York that does. Queens make moves, Brooklyn make moves, Bronx make moves. Everybody, I got love in all boroughs. Long Island, Staten Island, all boroughs. I'm just speaking about Harlem right now. We getting ready to push buttons and make some things happen. So make sure y'all share and send positive shouts out to Camron, Mase, and Jim Jones, man. For real, for real. This ain't nothing to be broadcasting and showing the negative parts. Let this be a learning lesson for you and your friends and your homeboys. If y'all ever get in position, y'all don't fall out. Y'all keep that train rolling. And sometimes people fall out and go in and fall out with each other from misunderstandings. Y'all sit down quick and try to put that together and take this as a lesson to be like, yo, let's get it together. Hold up, man. Let's remember how Cam and Mase fell out from a misunderstanding that was something they could have made correct years ago. That's how y'all do that, man. For real. So yeah. And go to my IG, The Real Big Boosie, BOOTSIE. On IG, The Real Big Boosie. Hit me up, hit me in my DMs. You know, leave a lot of people's hit me up saying they got some ideas for some movies or music or whatever. Hit me up. If I don't hit you up, my DM be going crazy sometime anyway, but I will get back. And make sure y'all leave your comments, man, on what y'all think about this whole conversation we just had down bottom of this episode. I like to see what y'all think and how much y'all agree with what or whatever I could have said that could have made this episode better. But I'm here. Your bro Big Boosie, man. Salute to all of y'all, man.